Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters cast. We've got a nice TvZ for you today, and we've got a couple of awesome players playing in this TvZ. So let's just go ahead and introduce them. Down the bottom left side of the map, we do have our red Zerg player, mOOnGLaDe, who I don't believe we've actually cast any games before. May have been a couple, but I do not remember them if I did cast them, so probably did not cast any games at all. And you know what? We're going to pull up some details about him, and probably about our other player as well, who is, of course, going to be CM Storm Polt, who we have cast a very large amount of games about Polt, because of course, he is one of the most awesome players out there. But let's just go ahead, load up good old Liquipedia. I always load it up when I've already started casting the game, so it's a little bit dodgy, but yeah, it's fine. And yeah, let's just hope the search is not case sensitive, because otherwise searching for mOOnGLaDe is going to be a massive pain in the ass. So here we go, mOOnGLaDe, and going down. It looks like he's getting a hatch first, so that is pretty awesome. And mOOnGLaDe's actually, wow, he's actually an Australian player. So he's playing for the GameCon NV team, and he's currently number 72 on the WCS with 650 points. So I think I knew in the back of my mind that mOOnGLaDe is an Australian, because, you know, I have been looking at Australian players sometime in the past. I'm Australian as well, in case you didn't already know that. And so Australian players, freaking awesome. And as much as we like Polt, and we do like Polt, man, mOOnGLaDe is going to have to be my pick here, because he is a fellow Aussie. So let's go back and let's have a look at Polt. Polt is a South Korean player. He plays for the CM Storm team, which kind of makes sense. And he is actually number 4 on the WCS with 5,625 points. So, oh man, it's not looking so good for our Zerg player mOOnGLaDe anymore. But you know what? I have faith that he can make it work in this game. And looks like Polt is going for a command center before barracks. It's not a massive map, but it's still a fairly large map. And I suppose we have not seen a Zerg player go for any sort of rush against Terran or Protoss in the last million years, it feels like. So I guess he's probably feeling pretty safe about that. And yeah, I mean, all mOOnGLaDe has to do is go for a third base sometime before about the 7 or 8 minute mark, and it's no worries anyway. He just out macro Polt, or at least do a similar amount of macro. Polt is going to take maybe a little bit of lead in the next couple of minutes, because he'll be able to produce 2 at a time. He's just got to wait for this. It is an orbital, so he can land that pretty soon. Start building 2 workers at a time. But mOOnGLaDe looks like he is definitely pumping out the workers. He's not slacking off on the worker production at all. So that is going to be pretty awesome. He does not have link speed. He does not have roaches. He does not have any gas at all. All he is doing is producing drones and a couple of queens as well, which is pretty awesome. So he's either going to completely explode into drones fairly soon, or he's going to start to get some army tech out. But there we go. 8 drones, 6 more drones coming out actually, because the other 2 just finished being built, and another 3. So going to be completely exploding in terms of the workers. But yeah, by the 8 minute mark, I'd say 8 or 9 minute mark, you better have something in terms of army to defend with, because I mean, Polt can easily, I think by about the 9 minute mark, have a nice force of Marines, maybe a Widow Mine, and a whole bunch of just the medevac to drop them in, bunch of Marines. So he's going to need something by that point. And here we go, 4 gas geysers going down. So looking like it's going to be pretty good. The 2 Hellions coming in. There is not a complete wall off here, so the Hellions will get through, but they will take quite a lot of damage doing it. So they're probably just going to be scouting at the moment. The Lings are going to see them scouting up, so that gives mOOnGLaDe a bit of time to get a nice wall over here. 3rd queen coming out, so that is very nice. And actually putting the Ling up there to see those Hellions coming in, very, very nice play. Meanwhile, an Overlord going to get shredded a little bit by these Marines. Actually, the Overlord saw the tech lab on the starport, and that is going to be something that mOOnGLaDe is going to be a bit worried about. But it was actually building a Viking though, so it was building something and it had a tech lab. So if I was mOOnGLaDe, I would be very worried about Banshees right now. But of course that was a bit of a fake actually, because Polt was just building a Viking on there, and so much damage taken by those Hellions. But they maybe can harass this. They could probably take quite a bit of damage off it with the 5 Hellions. And he really should do that, because I don't know if he's aware how absolutely shockingly bad mOOnGLaDe's offensive capabilities are, but they are bad. I mean, he has nothing at the moment that he could threaten those Hellions with. Absolutely nothing. He could move the Queens out, but that would just open up this section here, and then the Hellions could just go nuts. I mean, when you're talking about 3 bases, Hellions are definitely able to outmaneuver any amount of Queens. The only real way you have of defending that many Hellions is trapping in the corner with Lings, or just hitting them straight up with Roaches. So yeah, spreading the creep out there. The Hellions moving in, knocking out some creep tumors, but overall just, yeah, trying to sneak in. He might be able to sneak in here. The Queens are well out of position, but there are Lings out on the field, so the Hellions are going to be shredding a lot of them, but they're going to have to run in order to do that, and the Queen's getting a ton of hits as well. So these guys looking very, very beat up. Another Overlord going down there, survives a hit from a Widow Mine, but he's got to run out of there as fast as possible. And what was over here? Just a Viking. So just an Overlord hunting Viking, and actually just crap it all over the place. But that Widow Mine is going to finish the Overlord off fairly soon. This Widow Mine is going to do it as well. Just boom. Very, very nice. And Polt's third is going to go down at the 10-minute mark. So not extremely early, but definitely not not normal timing. I'd say it's a little bit earlier than normal. Maybe. Say just a little bit earlier than normal. And mOOnGLaDe looking like he's going for the Mutiling, which is one of the time-honored Zerg traditions. Man, just going for the Mutiling is just so awesome. You can just do so much damage with it, and it's tried and true, man. People have been doing Mutiling for years and years now, and it works so well against Terran players. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if Polt can actually put his Widow Mines to good use and start hitting some clumps of mutas, because that is going to be the thing that stops mOOnGLaDe from just completely overrunning him. He's going to easily be able to get a 4th base over there. I feel like that's not going to be a major pain in the ass. I mean, and Polt can maybe go through and wreck these rocks, but that's fine for now. And the creep spread is completely insane. Absolutely completely insane. We do have a little drop force over here for Polt. Going to be seeing what they can do, but the creep is enough so that, yeah, they're going to be seen well in advance. So they're just going to be scaring away some of the creep here. And whether or not they're going to have to run here. They see the Banelings coming out. The Banelings do have speed. So just a bit of a retreat. And mOOnGLaDe, not silly enough to run after them, because of course he's expecting Widow Mines to be seeded everywhere. And meanwhile, the creep spread just keeps on going. But Polt is actually doing pretty awesome here at the moment. The income is about the same. Work is about the same. mOOnGLaDe's getting a little bit more gas, a little bit more minerals, but that's because the mule's timed out, I think. But Polt so far has really got a very decent amount of army. I mean, look at his army. It's just completely nuts. So he's really done a great job as far as the macro is concerned. Just getting out those forces, absolutely fantastic. And as long as he stays off the creep here, I feel like Polt is going to be just fine. I feel like he's going to be able to do a crap ton of damage. And this base has got no hope anymore. The creep spread has just not got out there fast enough. So you can just go in, wipe this out. mOOnGLaDe almost certainly will be cancelling this. So there we go. You might try something, but ideally you just want to cancel this, because Although, I don't know, pushing ahead, trying to push these guys away, man. You're going to run into the Widow Mines. You're not on the creep, so the Banelings don't have much of a chance. And the Baneling's getting in close, but look how many freaking medevacs he has. That's too many medevacs. All these guys getting healed up, and you know he is going to be reinforcing that shit. Look at all these guys coming in. mOOnGLaDe right now, very much I would be cancelling this because I think this is going to turn out badly. I mean, mOOnGLaDe is making it look good, but in the end I do not think it's going to work. And maybe Polt was waiting for it to go all the way down because he is running in and he's going to be trying to snipe. There goes the snow. Oh my god, is he really going to leave this alive? That is at 49 health out of 1500. No, there he goes. He's moving back and it finally goes down. Polt, man, I thought he had that knocked out, but mOOnGLaDe, what a defense put up. He still lost it eventually, but Polt just had such a massive pain in the ass trying to take that down. It just took him so long, and this guy gonna make sure that if mOOnGLaDe decides to build it again, it is just not gonna happen. But mOOnGLaDe, unbeknownst to Polt, has got another base already out, so that's the fourth base, and hopefully that will last a little bit longer. Although, look at this Hellion, man, beautiful scout, but the Lings over there. Is Polt going to skip over there and actually see that? I feel like he probably is going to. I mean, this would be a good idea, although those guys were all going to get wiped out right here, and he has not been able to see that expansion, so you may guess that there's one out there, but yeah, I just do not know. Just do not know. These Queens actually taking a bit of damage. Ling's coming in, but Ling's not really doing the job this far into the game. Look at this though, the Muta's going in right for the throat. There's a very, very healthy number of missile turrets here, but with about 16 Mutas on the field, that is going to be enough. However, he's holding them up enough so the Marines can get out to do the defense, and yeah, the Muta numbers going down quite a bit there. Meanwhile, the ground force is moving in once again. Couple of Widow Mines. Oh, there's the rest of the Widow Mines. There is the ton of Widow Mines. This guy has got crap all health and 0 kills, man. He's just completely useless. So, moving on. Bunch of Mutas still alive. The Ling population is very, very, very high. And it looks like mOOnGLaDe's still got a very decent amount of gas income, so he can keep chumping out the Banelings as long as he needs to. These Widow Mines are going to get quite a few kills very, very soon. Especially if he runs his main army over there. That would just be absolutely friggin' incredible. You could kill like 10, 15 Lings in one Widow Mine kill if you were lucky. And just look how clumped up these guys are. They would seriously get a massive amount of kills. The Widow Mine's coming in, getting all burrowed over in the lower ramp. It's beautiful positioning. If Polt pulls back, all these guys are going to die. So mOOnGLaDe's sending in relatively small amounts. Not super small, but he's not sending in everything. And yeah, the Mutas, trying with the Mutas as well. He does have a bunch of overseers, so cleaning out the front row of Widow Mines. The back, he's just going for broke now. Some Widow Mines will be getting off some nice hits, but overall, the Marine Force is just going down like a pile of bricks there, and the crazy thing is, Polt is still in the lead right here in terms of his income, man, and in terms of his army size, sorry. mOOnGLaDe is 15 ahead, but he is still so far behind in terms of the army size, and yeah, it's just really, really, really good stuff here from Polt. Muta's coming in, maybe looking for something, but there's just a bunch of Marines lying around here waiting for these Mutas to try something. And look at how many barracks he has got. That is 8. Alright, so that's not that many barracks. I thought there were more, but yeah, it's pretty decent. Tell me we've got 4 missile turrets and a planetary, so that should be more than enough defense. The Ling's just going to be running over here, morphing into Banelings. They might kill a few workers, but look at the fort. It looks a lot bigger than it is because there's so many medevacs, and this guy's just like, you know what, I give up. I'm not even going to bother about it. The Ling's coming in, and actually knocking over these guys. I don't know whether he did that on purpose or it's just some incidental damage, but they do go down, and Polt is just going to wipe this out ASAP so we can get his highway into that 4th base going again. And it looks like we have a drop down here actually. These Marines take a bit of damage, but there's not a lot of defense back here, and so far they are going to be killing all sorts of stuff. Now this number is actually going down, so this is not giving us the units lost, this is just the total units. So a bit unfortunate there, but these guys doing a pretty good job, and it looks like mOOnGLaDe is going to be going for the Ultras. I don't know where his Ultras den is. There it is, it's right there. So Ultras are on the way, and these guys just continuing to kill shit. It's like mOOnGLaDe's not really worried about this. He's sending in some lings, but I guess he's a lot more worried about this base, and he probably should be, because this is where all the income is coming in. So he's quite worried, and he's actually quite out of army. Look at it, he's so far behind. The Ultras cannot get here fast enough, but I don't think he's got any on the way. I don't think he's got any coming. He doesn't currently have any, he's not building any. There we go, 4 Ultras, but 4 Ultras is not going to change the state of the game at this point. And the Marines just keeping on going, finally getting taken out, but with all that mayhem and madness, I mean, he lost his mining base right there. He's got 1 mining base over here, and meanwhile Polt has this one and has this one. He's got a 3rd one on the way. So Polt right now is just completely going mental, and he's maxed out. He's 90 ahead, and mOOnGLaDe is pretty much just lost. I mean, the Ultras, it doesn't matter if he kills these guys, because this is not his main army. His main army is back there. Look at all these guys just being built up. Massive, massive amount of forces. I mean, mOOnGLaDe may be able to beat these guys, but then the reinforcements are going to come in, and he is just going to be absolutely screwed. So, a bunch of Ultras come out. He's managed to get out some reinforcing lings as well. Might see how they do. They've got a fairly good chance of beating these guys on creep, but the reinforcements are coming in. And the only thing that mOOnGLaDe has got going for him is that there are no Marauders in this army, or just 1 Marauder. But even then, that's not much of an advantage. Really, really not much of an advantage. There we go. So moving in, Bailey's taken out a lot of guys right there. But look at this, he just basically re-macros straight away. And mOOnGLaDe giving the GG. He sees all those forces. He sees his own 3rd base being taken out there, and that was it. No more income for Mr. mOOnGLaDe. And yeah, given the GG. So congratulations to Polt for a beautiful, beautiful victory there. And man, I wish mOOnGLaDe would have won, but well, I mean, Polt is just such a crazy player, so we always knew there was a very, very good chance for him to win this game. And there we go. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this daily Masters cast, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for another one, so stay tuned for that.